Hey, Professor Brandon,
What's that?
how is the Roman Empire cut in half?
How?
With a pair of Caesars.
Oh, Professor Travis.
Oh, come on. Little corny joke is good for us.
Yes, it is, especially when it's been a while.
It definitely has been a while. I do want to apologize to our audience. I know we've taken a little bit of time here with getting our personal lives together, but we're back. We're in action, and we're ready to get started with more paranormal history.
And we're ready to finish out the season strong and get ready for season 2.
Yes, we are. We're going to end this first semester on a strong note with our second part of our 2-part Lizzie Borden spectacular.
Would you really call it a spectacular? I mean, messed up stuff happened.
It was, but it happened in a very spectacular way.
I guess if you like brain matter.
I guess, but it was just to recap. I know you remember, Professor Brandon, but we talked about the Lizzie Borden murders and how Andrew Borden, his wife Abby, were murdered in 2 separate parts of the house the same morning, not much time between the two. Lizzie Borden, the daughter, was implicated of these murders, but got out of it and was acquitted. I don't know how. I think the evidence was kind of stacked against her, but just so many different events led to her being acquitted, such as they found 2 axes that didn't have any blood on them. She was caught burning a dress. She claimed it was paint, but they've said it had minuscule amounts of blood on it. I think any amount of blood on a dress would be pretty implicative of a murder that just happened, but that's just me. We had a female rights activist group that was very prominent there that took on this case and was trying to fight on her behalf, which I think was one of the big key factors that led to her acquittal. Just so much happened in this short period of time, and we never really did find out who murdered Andrew Borden and his wife.
Unfortunately, that still kind of remains even after all this time. The ghosts haven't said anything, which there are a good couple ghosts and some of my favorite.
So there are ghosts.
Supposedly, yes. Now, I'm not going to sit there and claim that there are or there aren't, but I'm going to sit there and say a lot of people have caught certain things on camera, EVP, and whatnot, which there was a piece of evidence that we supposedly missed, Professor Travis.
Oh, there was. I love when I get corrected.
Yeah. Before the killings, the maid, Maggie, she had a cat. And I guess in the basement, they found it decapitated.
It's always the cat.
I feel bad for this thing. I am an animal lover. And hearing a cat was just brutally decapitated, it hurts.
That could be a valid piece of evidence. It kind of implicates that it very well could have been someone within that house, someone from that family, which I'm still on the side that I think Lizzie was the culprit. I'm taking that hard stance.
I'm inclined to agree with you because there was so much evidence against her. Somehow she still got out of it. But the good news is she didn't get out of the afterlife of still being there.
Yeah, still you got to face your maker at some point, I guess. But yeah, one big thing for murderers is a lot of times they start out killing animals. People with mental disorders that lead to, violent behavior, they usually start out with animal abuse, animal dissection, and just killing animals. So I think that does add more implication to the theory that Lizzie was the murderer. She was the only one seen going into the house around the time of the murders too.
Yeah, a lot adds up against her. I want to say it was just the times and not being able to have enough evidence, I guess, to say.
Yeah, I would say it was the product of the time that there wasn't enough ability to gather evidence and the ability to collect evidence. Obviously, DNA was not a thing back then. DNA was a thing, but DNA evidence wasn't.
Oh, no, I thought we just recently discovered DNA and it just came into existence. Then.
Yep. We just all of a sudden, I have DNA now. This is what I do.
So this is what I am. Weird.
I hate it.
I do too sometimes. But the cool thing about all of this is that the Lizzie Borden home was turned into an Airbnb.
Oh, really?
Yes, for a while. And then I think it was because of COVID, they kind of had problems and an unlikely group bought it. Now, to stress, this I've done research and this is not the Travel Channel, but US Ghost Adventures bought the Lizzie Borden house.
Can I just say this is like something that really can describe us as Americans, and the fact that, hey, who wants to go stay at an Airbnb where two people were brutally murdered with an axe?
Right?
We're just so willing to turn anything into an adventure.
Which, honestly, yeah, we'll turn anything into an adventure and into an Airbnb. But this one has 5 different ghosts in it. Why would you stay here?
I mean, for the adventure. Again, America is in such a paranormal craze, and I'm not looking that gift horse in the mouth. We are running a paranormal podcast, but it's so ingrained in us to say, hey, look, something crazy happened here. I just have to stay there. And that says a lot about us. I mean, it says that we're adventurous, we're spunky, we want to know what that bit of history is like.
To be fair, didn't we just stay in Grand Midway and I went to Trans-Allegheny?
We did stay in Grand Midway, and we're planning on going back.
So I guess that shows a lot about us as well.
It does. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not part of that that
craziness
populace that says, yeah, I want to go stay where people were murdered. I definitely would. Now, the second something starts banging on the walls and creeping down the stairs at me, you bet your butt I'm out the front door.
Now, the funny thing is, you do mention banging on walls.
Oh,
like I said, there are 5 ghosts in this Airbnb, and they have light flickers, doors open and closing, footsteps, and shadow people are seen.
Ooh, more shadow people.
More shadow people. Now, every ghost that is here is somebody from the family or involved in the murders. So some people have said that Lizzie herself is in the basement and they hear voices throughout the house.
And so she's just chilling in the basement, like, hey guys, look at this axe I found.
She's chilling in the basement, or, and this is the fun one, she's in a bedroom choking somebody. No joke. People have reported that they've seen Lizzie choking them. And if that is not the weirdest kink out there, I don't know what is.
I mean, there's people that like feet, so I'm just going to throw that out there. But you're right. Hey, I want to go here and get choked out by a ghost is probably up there on the list.
That's up there.
It definitely is.
We do have reports of what each of the ghosts are supposedly doing through their afterlife, I guess. First, we have Andrew Borden. He has recently started answering EVPs, and he pretty much does what he did while living. Nothing's really changed for him. He's just kind of sitting there, eating food, sleeping on the couch, coming home probably. He's probably just left in a time loop and doesn't even realize he was murdered.
Imagine the hell of that. You're just reliving the same moments over and over and over again, unaware that you're doing it.
Now, my question is he living exactly how he was before he was, like, just before he was murdered? Or is it something entirely else? Like he's just living the best day of his life and he doesn't even know it.
I don't know. Like, I feel like the blissful ignorance of living the best day of your life probably would be nice, but that would just suck. Like reliving the day you were murdered.
That point you have to wonder, did he feel it at all? And did he even realize what happened? Because he was asleep when it happened.
Yeah, that's true. So he probably didn't feel any of it.
That does not sound good then, now I think about it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But you said we have 5 ghosts that are doing different things. Yes. Who do we have next?
Next is Abby. There is an indentation seen on the guest bed. That is where she was murdered. So I'm going to assume that she's either sitting there or laying down, probably not really doing anything. Cries have been heard
Hey,
from
why
her.
did you hit me in the head?
Well, I guess that's where the cries come in.
Yeah, I guess so.
And it's not confirmed it's Abby, but there has been a woman supposedly wandering the house as well. So, she's just wandering the house, probably just her having fun, doing whatever. Again, not really thinking she's dead.
So more just, again, stuck in time.
Pretty much. And it sounds like a lot of this is kind of just stuck in time. They're just stuck in place, haven't really done anything. Which brings us to Lizzie. She has been seen looking around the basement for something. Now, is it the axe head? Is it the dress that she had? Or is she possibly cleaning the evidence off the axe head?
It very could be, or she could be torturing that very poor, poor cat.
I hope not.
I really hope not either. I hope Mr. Whiskers is all right in the afterlife.
Now, why did you name it Mr. Whiskers?
Just the first cat name that came to my mind, and I'm sticking with it.
That is a very weird name for a cat.
Mr. Whiskers? If it's a boy and it has whiskers, it's Mr. Whiskers.
Okay, so it's going to be Miss Whiskers if it's a female cat that has whiskers?
No, it would be Miss Pennyfarthing because they were there in the age of the penny farthing.
What?
Please tell me you know what a penny farthing is.
No, please educate us, Professor Travis.
Okay, so anyone who isn't aware of old bicycles, the penny farthing is that really, really old giant front wheel, tiny back wheel bicycle that you've always wondered as a kid, how the heck did anyone get on and actually ride it when they're sitting 3 feet off the ground?
I'm surprised that actually worked.
Not very well.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a penny farthing.
Well, that was our history lesson for today. And
all because of a cat.
The strangest one I've ever had given to me.
All because of a random unnamed cat.
Yeah. And we're going to go into Maggie now with that lovely discussion of the penny farthing.
Yes, it's called a penny farthing.
Well, Maggie has had EVPs of her screaming, cold spots in her former room, the attic, and an apparition of a person in maid's clothing. So, you just see a random maid. So, Professor Travis, if you haven't noticed, I said there are 5 ghosts, but I've only mentioned 4 of them.
Now that you mention it, you have only said 4 ghosts.
Well, our very own Mr. Whiskers is the last of the ghosts in the Lizzie Borden house.
The cat is the last ghost.
Randomly enough, it actually has no name, everything I've searched. If it does, then I did not find it, but it's just referred to as the cat.
You don't know how happy that makes me that the cat is the final ghost. That twist is just the perfect thing that this episode needed.
The best thing about it, though, is that it meows and will rub up against you in the house. So it is the friendliest of all the ghosts here.
But imagine how creepy that would be, too. You're walking in a house and you feel like a cat rub against you. You're like, oh, kitty. And you look down and there's just nothing there.
I mean, coming from a person who has had cats, and I'm not going to say they've rubbed up against me when they've been dead, but it's a warm feeling more than it's a creepy feeling.
I feel like that would be a little weird on my part. Just, oh, look, so they got a cat.
Where's the cat?
Yeah, where'd it go?
You're just in the middle of the night and you hear it meowing for some food. You look around, you're like, where the heck is this cat?
Oh, hold on. I got to feed I don't have a cat.
I've never had a cat. But yes, that is the last ghost of this place. And personally, my favorite. Cat ghosts are the best ghosts, even though they're dead kitty cats. They're still the best.
If we could rank the spirits that we've discussed throughout this first semester of the podcast, I would say the cat ghost has to be my favorite then.
If it was a ranking, the cat ghost beats everyone because it's a cat.
Yeah. Well, listeners, you tell us what your favorite episode, favorite spirit this semester was on our Facebook page. the Paranormal History Academy, or request to join our Facebook group, the Paranormal History Society, where we actually post different questions. We talk, we take polls, and we get to discuss a lot of paranormal things with you. So tell us on there what your favorite is.
We also have an Instagram at the Paranormal History Academy, and we also have a Twitter at PHA Official.
Yes, so check us out on any social media, even on YouTube. Leave us a comment. Anything you want, you could find us at. So definitely give us your opinion. Tell us what your favorite ghost was this entire season.
And favorite place, too.
Yes.
Because we like to hear that stuff from you guys, and it gives us feedback on what we did right and what we didn't do right.
Absolutely. We definitely like that constructive criticism. We want to know what you liked about our podcast, what you may find issues with, or what you may want to see us improve on. We are definitely down for definitely making it nice for you guys and making it an enjoyable experience.
And to get you guys excited for season 2, we're going to kind of say we're going to expand on what paranormal means for the Paranormal History Academy.
We are rewriting paranormal in our history books.
Hope you guys are excited, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Absolutely. I couldn't do it without my co-host Brandon here either. So I do want to say to you as well, thank you so much for an incredible first season.
Honestly, Professor Travis, I couldn't do it without you either. Thank you. And hopefully we have many more seasons like this.
I definitely can't wait to see what season 2 has in store. And this, everyone, has been the Paranormal History Academy, season 1.